UFC middleweight champion Dricus Du Plessis has recently shared his thoughts on the idea of a rematch with Sean Strickland, following their contentious fight at UFC 297. The South African fighter secured the middleweight title by defeating Strickland in what turned out to be a closely contested bout, ultimately decided by a split decision. However, the victory has been clouded by controversy, with Strickland firmly believing that he should have been declared the winner.
Despite the ongoing debate, Du Plessis is confident in the legitimacy of his win and does not feel obligated to offer Strickland a rematch. In a recent interview with Kevin Iole, Du Plessis addressed the situation directly, expressing surprise that the fight was even scored as a split decision. The rules are pretty clear. It's scored round by round. The fact that it was a split decision is the biggest shocking factor for me. I thought it was a very clear win for me, Du Plessis stated.
He further elaborated on his position, explaining that his focus is on the biggest and most exciting fights, both for himself and for the fans. "I don't owe Sean anything," Du Plessis said. "For me, the biggest fights are the ones I want, the ones the fans want to see. At the end of the day, they are the ones that pay for the tickets, buy the pay-per-views. They are the ones that watch this sport, so obviously for me, the Adesanya fight was by far the biggest fight that we could do." Du Plessis is set to defend his newly acquired title for the first time against Israel Adesanya at UFC 305 on August 17, 2024, in Perth, Australia. The matchup with Adesanya, one of the most prominent figures in the UFC, is highly anticipated and is being billed as one of the biggest fights of the year. Du Plessis is fully focused on this challenge, recognizing the magnitude of the bout and its importance to his career.
While Du Plessis is open to the idea of a rematch with Strickland, he is clear that it must make sense from a sporting and business perspective. He mentioned that he had no objection to fighting Strickland again if the UFC had decided to pursue that route, even suggesting he would have been willing to fight Strickland in Las Vegas, Strickland's hometown. However, with the UFC opting for the Adesanya fight instead, Du Plessis is content with the decision. Since losing his title to Du Plessis, Sean Strickland has bounced back with a victory over Paulo Costa at UFC 302, strengthening his case for another shot at the belt. Strickland has been vocal about his desire for a rematch, insisting that he won the first fight and expressing frustration at the prospect of having to work his way back up the rankings. "I'm not climbing that FC King ladder again," Strickland has said, making it clear that he expects to be given a direct path back to the title. Du Plessis, however, remains unfazed by Strickland's demands, suggesting that sitting out and waiting for a title shot might not be the smartest move for his rival. "The Strickland fight? Sure," Du Plessis said, indicating that he would be open to the rematch if it becomes the fight that makes the most sense. But with other top contenders like Khamzat Chimaev and Robert Whittaker also in the mix, Du Plessis is unsure whether Strickland will remain at the forefront of the title conversation. For now, Du Plessis is focused on his upcoming showdown with Adesanya, a fight that he believes will be a defining moment in his career. Whatever comes next, Du Plessis seems prepared to take on all challengers, whether that means a rematch with Strickland or a new opponent altogether.